what, 15 hours? Something like that. I think it's like 8 a.m. for me. So I don't have enough time to start streaming before it releases, and then also stream all the way through it. So we're gonna do our discussion stream right now, and then tomorrow I can just start streaming and go right into the game, because I also want to do data mining after the game finishes tomorrow. So that'd be way too long a stream starting at 7 a.m. So we're gonna play Pesterquest here. Well, okay, I had to say it the John Egbert way. We're going to play Pesterquest. Oh, we're going to play Pesterquest. The new hit what pumpkin game? Pesterquest. By which I mean Pesterquest, from noob to noob. I hope this isn't like something horrible. If this shows any sign of anything that is problematic, I'm closing it immediately. The story behind this is, when Pesterquest was first announced, the Pesterquest.com URL wasn't owned by What Pumpkin. Instead, it linked to this, which is a mod of the old LucasArts walk-around, like Monkey Island. It was called Pesterquest, and they own the domain. But now, I don't know who bought the domain, or if the person who made this game found out about Homestuck or what, but it now links to the Pesterquest wiki page on the Homestuck wiki. So that's all settled. And then I'm just going to click on this stuff while I talk about things. I have a little list here of things I wanted to mention, just to get some final thoughts about Pesterquest out before it starts. I don't want to talk over John at my dumb theories about Dirk. I think Dirk's gonna be a good route. This is ridiculous. Look at Best Friends book. It's where I keep the names of my best friends. Everyone I meet today, I'll put in here. Yeah, it's FriendSim. This is it. We're the MSPA reader. See, that's him. That's him. That's the guy. So let's go through. Can't go down there. Is this just a troll game where you literally cannot go through any door? Is this the whole game? You found the right door, but you can't go in there without a blue cup. It's the blue cup bar, after all. So, oh, Shaddock's here. Hey, So we're gonna pick up the blue cups. I'm not gonna break my hand through the glass fitting account just for this. Wow. Well, I will be streaming hopefully every volume of the game because I have Wednesdays off from work, so I will be streaming it tomorrow as soon as it comes out. I think it's gonna be great. So, I'm just gonna go down this list I made. I made this list. I wanted to talk about Dirk and Roxy. Obviously, oh, I moved the background. Oh no, I didn't. Obviously, the most important part about this game, starring John Egbert, is Dirk and Roxy. I think one of the most interesting things about the lead-up to Pesterquest is we got word that it will contain epilogue spoilers, which is very weird, but it makes sense if the reader has the retcon powers, which not necessarily that he'll retcon stuff, but that he'll jump around the timeline totally randomly, and that opens things up for some really, really bizarre places we could drop them. We could drop them anywhere in Homestuck ever, and it would make sense. And it looks like they're starting off safe, which is how Homestuck always starts. It always starts super simple, and then explodes. And the super simple here is we start off with John right at the beginning of the comic. He has just left his house to get the mail for the first time. He has his disguise on. You literally pop into the flash where John's looking to the sky and blah blah blah, the note desolation plays. So, the whole point of Homestuck. Vriska looks down on him and gives him her trans powers to turn him into June finally, because he needs to come out as June. Should I just use she for the pronouns for John are weird. He's not even canonically transgender yet, but we're getting there. And then Rose's route. I thought Rose's route would be first. But Rose, in the preview at least, mentions that John has already contacted her about the MSPA reader. So John's is probably first, but it'd be great if they were flipped like that, and if they're establishing a retcon loop already, because retcons are very weird. They retcon if you don't make a closed loop, they can overwrite things. But if you make a closed loop, then the retcon itself is part of the loop, and that's how there could be two retcon Dons in Act 6. It gets weird. That's how Caliborn and Calliope can exist, even though they can only canonically be alive in the post-retcon universe. It is weird. But it'd be nice if Rose's route is first, and she's like, I see you've already met John, and you're just like, what? Man. But I think the super late routes are going to be very weird, and I haven't given me one of those 2 cups. I'm the best scripter ever. Oh. Sorry, I'm going back to, the stupid game. May I please have one of your blue cups? Have you read the forum rules? Yes, I understand the rules and net etiquette. Have you read the manual? Can I have this? Oh, I think I have to pages, but I am ready. Oh my god. So... Oh yeah, random dumb theories about late game Pesterquest. Oh! Is that a real thing? Oh god, I gotta look that up now. Hold on. We got a detour. We're going to bigbluecup.com. Actually, I'm gonna open this up in a separate window. Just in case. Adventure Game Studio, but it's been taken over by At Hotels, but the name is still Adventure Game Studio. So I think Roxy's route will be post-epilogue. I think it'll be post-meet, and it'll be Mel Roxy. Maybe he'll get a name finally. Although just Roxy's fine. And I think here's the weird one. I think Dirk's route will be the last one or the second to last one. Maybe him and Roxy at the same time. But I think Dirk's route will be near the end, and I think it is going to be a young Bro Strider. I think it's going to be Bro building Davebot. Because that's still Dirk. It still counts. And it would be a very weird thing. It'd be a very weird... It subverts expectations. A loaded phrase that Andrew Hussey used to describe the epilogue's bridges and on-ramps. Okay, so here is Big Blue Cup. Adventure Game Studio allows you to create your own point-and-click adventure games, similar to the 90s Sierra and LucasArts adventures. Okay, so it was an engine. Now, do you think this link was ever saved on archive.org? Source code SHHH. Don't tell.htm. There's an apostrophe in a URL, so I don't even know if that'll work. No, there's no, there's nothing here for this. If that's required to beat the game, then we're already done. Recurrence story must be mine. Yeah, I don't know if we'll actually retcon Homestuck itself, because that could make for some very interesting complications. I don't know if anyone sat down to work out the logistics of stuff that would happen if they did that. And I don't know if Hussey even has access to the site to make changes like that. Viz is really on lockdown and has control over that site because they won't fix the simplest of errors. And they definitely wouldn't print any changes. But it's possible that they'll use the retcon to, like, paradox space to explore just short shifts of, if this happened, here's a little what that might have looked like. Like when John, in the paradox space comic where he cuts the other arm off the Harley Quinn doll, and then Jack can't put on the ring. That kind of thing. There's also a lot of routes in the middle here where I don't know how they're gonna it's Homestuck. They're Homestuck characters. Of course, it's gonna be interesting. Of course, they can tell a story. But we just had Friendsim. We just had 18 volumes, 36. We had 36 routes of trolls on Alternia. So this game selling itself as a Homestuck Friendsim, but then having only 8 kids and then 12 more trolls. I hope that they subvert some expectations in how those trolls are shown. I don't if every single volume is, oh, now you're hanging with Nepeta and going hunting together. Oh, now you're hanging with Equius in the Luzium. Now you're hanging with Karkat and you're watching a rom-com. Now you're hanging with Solix and he's going to teach you to code. I don't know if that would be interesting for 6 more months of updates. But I think there's certainly a few weird turns it could take, depending on how much they want to make it a Homestuck thing, and how much they want it to give plot and lore, which... someone got a follower, which is being blocked by that. Oh no. There we go. Yay! Thank you, Shadok. If they're not scared to start messing with Homestuck, and if they're not scared even only a few months after the epilogue's released to start messing with it, then I'd love to see the kind of stuff they can do. As I really think Karkat's route should be the rebellion on the end of Candy. Because I don't know any other form of medium that we'd be exploring that in. If there's ever a sequel to Homestuck, it's absolutely going to follow whatever world is created by Dirk's Suburb game, if not Suburb's Dirk game itself. And there's just no reason to go back to Candy in that format. If there's ever a Homestuck 2, I know they set up Harry Anderson and Vriska and Tavi to have a story, but I really don't know if a sequel would follow them. I just don't know if there's enough in the Candy world to have a Homestuck format for. But if they did another written epilogue, or if they did something weird like Pesterquest, that would be a good way to explore just a little more of that. Maybe show Karkat's side of the end of Candy, while Rose and Kanaya are on the hill and Vriska's meeting Vriska. Maybe Karkat and Mina were having a heartfelt discussion, maybe with Dave. Maybe Robo Dave goes find them first before he ends up with Jaden or Lord English. Yeah, anything illustrated the epilogues would be great. This is the first time we're gonna get a Jade Harley talk sprite. That only took 11 years, or 10 years, or 9 years if we go by when she was introduced. But I'd also love a lot of epilogue sprites. I want to see Robo, Rose, and Dave. I want to see Dirk in whatever god-awful outfit he's invented to be on his spaceship with. I don't think it's just his god tier. I think he's going to have some ridiculous high collar with a flowing massive cape. It's real dumb stuff. Really playing up the villain. Can I push this guy? Can I push you on your wheelie chair? Wow. Wow. What else is on my list here I wanted to talk about? Rose's room being changed. That's just a minor detail. Let me bring up the Pesterquest. Oh, I have it as a bookmark here. I'm gonna bring up the every time I visit the site, it looks totally different. Here it is. Ooh, so this is the the press release. This is the press release. And oh, it's not in this. It's only on the Steam page. Bring that up. It's available for pre-purchase now. You should buy it. Oh, is it not here either? It's only the trailer? Alright, we're going in, lads. Ah! Okay. There's a few things I want to point out in this trailer now that I have it up anyways. So here, this is Rose's room, and it's heavily implied from her speech that this is the day she plays Suburb. Because she's out in the mailbox, she's asking for a mailman, so I assume this is how she gets her copy. And the room doesn't match up. Her room, there's no easy way to show it. I could do this. So, this is supposed to be... Oh, where'd it go? Oh, yes, this is going perfectly well. Oh, yes! Oh, good streaming, yes. Here we go. So, there should be a Wizardy Herbert drawing here, there should be a Beatrix drawing here, and there should be the Sigmund Freud here, which there's not. This is all pretty accurate. I think she kicks the little shelf here, which isn't here. Instead, she's got a writing desk. It's just totally different. On her calendar here, I think this is the 10th. Let me see. April 13th, 2009 calendar. So here it is, April 2009. No, it's the 13th. It's this one here. So she's also waiting for her... Did I lose it again? Oh no. Oh no! Oh no, here it is. She's also waiting for her version of Suburb. I thought she got hers on the 10th, but I might have to reread a bit of Act 2. Because Suburb was supposed to be out on the 10th, and it got delayed. That's why Cool Bro... so Game Bro. That's why Game Bro already has his copy. And that's why Dave and Bro already have their copies. Bro is putting his onto the desk, and Dave just goes and gets his. Make sure. I think it's a Harry Potter here. It's like a little Lord of the Rings-ish, or Game of Thrones-ish. It's 2009 though. This is Flu. And she's taking up knitting here, which is nice because she knits John her bunny. So I don't know why they would change the Wizardy Herbert stuff. Hussey is not against showing off Wizardy Herbert, which is a novel he started before Homestuck that he never finished. And around the time that Roxy is writing her version of Wizardy Herbert, Hussey's version leaked out. And he's not against it because in Paradox Space here, which is hs.hiveswap.com/paradox space, not paradoxspace.com as it's linked as on homestuck.com. And where's the comic where they're digging through Rose's stuff? Ooh, I got... Okay, Lonnie and Tourism? No, that's Jade. That's where... Oh, no, it is. Yeah. So here's Rose's room as it's seen in Paradox Space. And there's the Wizardy Herbert drawings. So they're not against the Wizardy Herbert drawings showing up or even being drawn by people other than Hussey. I think this is Papers Everywhere, Adrian Garcia? Like that drew these remakes of Hussey's drawings. And the Sigmund Freud too. People said the Sigmund Freud was taken out of Pesterquest because Sigmund Freud's problematic now, but I think it's got a tentacle head, okay? I don't know why they changed her room around. Yeah, here's the little shelf that she kicks in Act 2, or Act 1, late Act 1. But none of that's here. She's got a writing desk. Maybe, like, I thought it was another corner. When I saw this trailer, just as a quick glance, I thought this was the other corner of her room we'd never seen before. But her bed's in the right spot, so... Maybe there's weird stuff going on. Maybe it just doesn't matter. But it's weird because... John's, they did use, they definitely used reference pictures for John's room. Because these are all the correct posters and all the correct spots. The only problem is in continuity, which is the fact that the cake is sitting on his chest, and the Little Monsters poster is hanging up. In the comic, he goes over to the chest, takes the cake off, and then goes over to the counter and hangs the Little Monster poster up. So those are never on the wall at the same time. I also don't know if he puts the Little Monster poster up before he goes outside. So the Little Monster poster should still be rolled up on the desk, but Minor things. Someone just Googled John Egbert bedroom and used that. Let's see if I... Ooh, good music. John Homestuck bedroom. What version do you get first on Google? You get this version, which has the little monster poster rolled up in the thing here, as it should be. But it's possible they were just picking things from all parts of the comic, piecing it together. Doesn't matter all that much. It's just the kind of thing I note on the trivia section of a wiki page. So, what else did I want to mention here? Cover disguise is nice. We have a sneaking mission ahead of us. So it sounds like he's gonna go strife with Dad. He's about to head inside to strife with Dad because the Suburb package wasn't out there, so he goes into the kitchen. And that Suburb fight is in Homestuck, but it's be really interesting if we get it in some form in the game and get a Dad sprite. What else we got here? The Reader still got his Malik hoodie on, which is a really nice touch. He's got the zap powers. So now John mechanically zapped before he got his powers, because the Reader gave it to him. I don't know how the Reader gets the Juju. I have no clue how he gets from Doc Scratch's computer to the Juju. Unless we assume Doc Scratch had the Juju in his possession at some point. The Reader used it, the Reader got out of it, and... or the Reader stuck his hand in it and zapped away, and then at some point it was moved to the Skull Island. Or maybe after the Lord English battle, it's retrieved and given to Scratch, and this is the latest point in the timeline. Because it's an empty house, it doesn't have the Beta Kids in it, so it's not while it's being tumbled around. Rose is in a very weird outfit here. If this is moments before we see her introduction, if she really is going out to get the mail to get her copy of Suburb, then she comes inside, stands in her room, then it brings up a lot to question in Act 1 of Homestuck when she is worried about leaving because of her mom being in the house, and then she goes outside in the rain without a coat, but now we see she owns a coat and her umbrella, so maybe she loses those at some point in this. Powers of teleportation and time travel. So yeah, it's a retcon powers. It's both. Highly engaging work of fiction. It's interesting that the Reader thinks humans don't have violet eyes. I didn't think the Homestuck characters were special in their world, but I guess they kind of are. Or Reader comes from a place that's not, where it's not special, or it is special. The Mayor music. It'd be great if we got the Exiles. That'd be a great volume. Toss it up a little. I think they should stick Equius and Nepeta together to free up a slot to do something weird. Do a Consort, do the Exiles, do some of the Alpha Guardians maybe. Maybe the Condis. Telling Rose that magic exists before she plays Suburb is kind of a big deal. She's not supposed to know about that till she meets Eridan. Look at that John face. That's a pouty face. Oh no, I clicked on myself! There you go. Oh, I forgot to mention, if anyone wants to join the voice chat on the Discord, you can talk to me. But this probably only be I'll probably only do this another 10-15 minutes. We've gone over most of the things here. This was supposed to be a half hour before the game came out, but there's no way I'm starting streaming at 7:30 a.m. I'm just gonna start streaming the game as soon as I wake up. The Dirk Roxy, the route order, the release time, way too early. Guardians should show up. The epilogue spoilers, I really think there should be a post-Candy route. Young Bro, I think, is going to happen. I think everyone's expecting Spaceship Dirk. I think we're going to get maybe Spaceship Terezi. That'd be nice. And then to give Dirk's route to Bro. Rose's room has changed. The music, James said there'll be other Homestuck musicians, although a lot of stuff from the back catalog, stuff from volumes that hasn't been used yet, so I'm really looking forward to that. Oh, intermission. I think because the setup for this Pesterquest is different from Friendsim. In Friendsim, you bought each route individually. Each one was an individual DLC that individually got downloaded into your game. If they're updating the game bi-weekly, just to have more content, not added stuff, just the base game now has more content, they can sneak in stuff like flashes, minigames, intermission, some weird stuff. Throw in a video file one time. Throw in an external link to a minigame on a website, or connect to an ARG, or just do a Midnight Crew volume that doesn't count as a volume. It's between, let's see, we're doing 12 volumes? So it's between volume 6 and 7, and it's called, like, volume X or something. We already know there's a volume 0. If you go on the press release and look at the images of the reader reading the epilogue and sticking his hand in the juju, those are titled as volume 0. So there's a prologue, which means there'll also probably be an epilogue, which is not anything. Family's home, so things about to get loud, but I'm wrapping up anyways. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I think I'll just be seeing you all tomorrow for the game. It's a big day. Homestuck content, new, fresh Homestuck content. We didn't make it through one step in this. Let me try talking to this guy one more time. This one. And then I understand the rules, and I'm ready. No, please. Please, sir, give me the blue cup. I dreamt about it. How many parameters does animate character? Oh, you really have to read the tutorial for the game engine. It's got 6. I did it. Oh my god. Oh. The VOD mute! The VOD mute! Jet XL, Net Monkey, CJ, the mods. Scum buddy! Bye everyone!